time aso. Time aso for what? Ladies and gentlemen, Yamikan is simple. Time aso for what? This is the relationship segment with my take on relationship. What does the Bible says when it comes to marriage and friendship and whatever? What does the Bible say? What is the Constitution saying? What is the culture of our land saying? Ladies and gentlemen, then the Bible ne can power the one in country. Then a man can Constitution and then a Bushia for a power and in country. Ghana for me, where Councillor Little from every day of your life. You want to get my take on relationship, how to manage your relationship, how to marry well, how to do things the right way in marriage, how to have a child. This is yours truly, Councillor Little. Join me on my YouTube, Councillor Little. Join me on my Facebook Live page, Councillor Little. Join me on my Instagram, Councillor Little. And let's have my take on relationship issues. Should you die in a dying relationship? No. Marriage is not a destination, but a transition. How you make it belongs to you. Join me right now. See ya. Time aso. Time aso for what? Ladies and gentlemen, Yamikan is simple. Time aso for what? This is the relationship segment with my take on relationship. What does the Bible says when it comes to marriage and friendship and whatever? What does the Bible say? What is the Constitution saying? What is the culture of our land saying? Ladies and gentlemen, then the Bible ne can power the one in country. Then a man can Constitution and then a Bushia for a power and in country. Ghana for me, where Councillor Little from every day of your life. You want to get my take on relationship, how to manage your relationship, how to marry well, how to do things the right way in marriage, how to have a child. This is yours truly, Councillor Little. Join me on my YouTube, Councillor Little. Join me on my Facebook Live page, Councillor Little. Join me on my Instagram, Councillor Little. And let's have my take on relationship issues. Should you die in a dying relationship? No. Marriage is not a destination, but a transition. How you make it belongs to you. Join me right now. See ya. Time aso. Time aso for what? Ladies and gentlemen, Yamikan is simple. Time aso for what? This is the relationship segment with my take on relationship. What does the Bible says when it comes to marriage and friendship and whatever? What does the Bible say? What is the Constitution saying? What is the culture of our land saying? Ladies and gentlemen, then the Bible ne can power the one in country. Then a man can Constitution and then a Bushia for a power and in country. Ghana for me, where Councillor Little from every day of your life. You want to get my take on relationship, how to manage your relationship, how to marry well, how to do things the right way in marriage, how to have a child. This is yours truly, Councillor Little. Join me on my YouTube, Councillor Little. Join me on my Facebook Live page, Councillor Little. Join me on my Instagram, Councillor Little. And let's have my take on relationship issues. Should you die in a dying relationship? No. Marriage is not a destination, but a transition. How you make it belongs to you. Join me right now. See ya. Time aso. Time aso for what? Ladies and gentlemen, Yamikan is simple. Time aso for what? This is the relationship segment with my take on relationship. What does the Bible says when it comes to marriage and friendship and whatever? What does the Bible say? What is the Constitution saying? What is the culture of our land saying? Ladies and gentlemen, then the Bible ne can power the one in country. Then a man can Constitution and then a Bushia for a power and in country. Ghana for me, where Councillor Little from every day of your life. You want to get my take on relationship, how to manage your relationship, how to marry well, how to do things the right way in marriage, how to have a child. This is yours truly, Councillor Little. Join me on my YouTube, Councillor Little. Join me on my Facebook Live page, Councillor Little. Join me on my Instagram, Councillor Little. And let's have my take on relationship issues. Should you die in a dying relationship? No. Marriage is not a destination, but a transition. How you make it belongs to you. Join me right now. See ya. I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you. I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you. I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America, everywhere you want, 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this, or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your akpatashi, your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007. 86.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a blessing to come your way again, especially today, Monday. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 5:30 is the time in Ghana, and we're starting now because we need to start now. And let me say a big thank you to Ginger Honey Chips, 862-215-2007. Order yours now. I understand even in South Africa, it's very cold there. A friend of mine called me and said, Charlie, I need to bring the ginger to South Africa. And I said, well, that's a good thing to know. But as I speak, I don't have any agent in South Africa. All my agents are down here in America and in UK. So if you want anything in South Africa, then you should start supplying in South Africa. He says he's not in South Africa. He only visited, but realized that they need the ginger honey chips in the place. In the UK, same. So please, just either you call direct 862-215-2007, or better still, You just send a WhatsApp and you get it. And in Ghana, it is not difficult at all. Very easy to come by it. And it is just send a WhatsApp to 0277609644. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular relationship and marriage school, the School of Relationship and Marriage, is proudly sponsored by Ginger Honey Chips. May I not forget that most biggest sponsorship is the people who get ready for me. I look good and I'm happy. I'm back again. Another week seeing you. It was awesome this morning at church. And those of you who came, I hope you are just doing exactly what we said we'll be doing. And those who want to do the direction too, I hope you're also getting ready for your direction as well. Let me say a good welcome to all of you. Adia Pena, I miss you so much. Thank you for coming. Get interactive with me right now and then just hit the like button. More likes, more likes, more likes, more view, more likes, more view, more likes can attract more views. Can we hit the like button now? We're just 9. Let's give ourselves the first minute and hit the like button so we can do something good for ourselves. I am grateful you are here. Joyce, thank you for coming. And I'm grateful all of you are like to see me again. See, one of the good things are that once I went last week and I didn't do Saturday, I did a video of where I want to eat A and H. And today I am here. Thank you very much, Adia Pena. Miss you too. So let's go together. Today we are discussing what? We are discussing that can you have your peace of mind after divorce? So what is the process to divorce so you can have your peace of mind? What is the process for divorce so you can have your peace of mind? If you know the process, can the process give you peace of mind? Majority of the people want to divorce because they need to have their peace of mind. And it comes with small problems. So Koima will say it comes with a small problem. When you're looking for peace of mind, how do you get it? So my question is very simple. Can the process of divorce bring peace of mind to both parties? Can the process of divorce bring peace of mind to both parties? Is it difficult to go through divorce? Is it difficult to go through divorce? Can divorce bring peace of mind? I think the last week I didn't do well by finishing the divorce process. And today I am here and I'm hoping to do well to finish the divorce process. We have to learn it. If we're able to finish today, fine. The page is ours and we are learning. And I keep going to teach other things at other places. But the secret is that we want to see, can divorce bring you peace of mind that you're looking for? Because a lot of people are saying that when I divorce, I'll have my peace of mind. And we had a lot of people here sharing with that. My new wife on the blog, who is preparing to become the next Mrs. Lutrot around me, unfortunately, is also doing the same request to be part of it. And she's been a very happy person, according to what she has gone through. She's married before, and she's gone through a moment of coming to say, I'm a happy person as well. Thank you all very much. And the lecture continues. Can we hit the buttons right now? Let's run. Facebook, now you are doing very well. I'm so appreciative to all of you on Facebook. You are doing very, very well. Can we go right now? Hit the share button. Don't come alone. It's a school of relationship and marriage. And I think it's not easy for you to come here every day, but it is possible that we can do the next 2 hours properly with learning. Can we hit the button right now? 1, 2, go. Hit the like button, hit it, hit the share button. Can I have you doing 100 for me right now on Facebook? Can I have you doing 20K immediately right now on the likes and doing 200 right now on the viewership right now? This is the School of Marriage and Relationship. Time now so let's start it right now and let's go. We don't want to wait much time. We did 14 minutes of our regular important time. Let me say a big thank you to Yao Fran. And let me say this on record that Yao Fran, my president for the foundation, her page has been hacked. Okay, yes, her page has been hacked. The Facebook page, Yao Fran, has been hacked. So I beg you, let's be very careful when you have requests from anybody who wants to transact business with you, especially on Facebook Messenger. Any chat that comes to give your details, don't try it. They are fraudsters. They are fraudsters. They are fraudsters. They frauded somebody already. And so let's bring that caution to all of you. Thank you so much, Claire. Today, Claire was in church, and I enjoy her so much in church. And I think I saw Abena Sugar too in church today. Abena, you need to come on board today. You can't abandon the class. Wherever you are, please get time and come. It's time for you to be here. Class girls prefect, please come. Bismarck, come and tell the people, share the page right now, get the people, and let's do it together. Thank you very much, Joyce. Thank you so much. I'm looking good. Get all the ladies, and then girl Bell must come to this page as well. I was on Bell's page and it was very educated. So let's get all of them. Where are you? All my people here. Where are you? 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 Olivia, can we just start sharing the page to all the people in Botswana? And then the rest of us, can we share the page in Evelyn, Chegan, can we share the page to the people in Ghana? Akusiana, all of you, can we share the page? It's important we share the page. Nikki, thank you so much for your submission. I always know you are here. Thank you very much, Nikki. I'm happy you are here. I appreciate it, and God bless you too. Thank you so much, Claire. It was good. It was awesome time I spent. I spent also time with the people of God this morning, and it was something else. And if you missed it, please, you can start getting the bite every day. It's our daily. Bible says that, and give us our daily bread, our daily protection, our daily covering. Your troubles comes out only in a day. Bible says, and Job, 1:7 came at the same time, another 7 came at the same time. So your troubles don't come in a month, it comes in a day. And that's what we are praying about this week, that in our 10th month of favor, may the Lord block any form of a wanted thing that will come to us, that the Lord will deliver us from evil, that heaven will be on earth as he's done in heaven. Let it be on earth for us as well. Thank you very much for being part of that service. We are here and the show begins. We've been discussing divorce for some time now, and we asked that what is divorce, and everybody have their own definition. Jane Anama Santo, thank you for joining me. I love when I see you here. God, it's better you join as well. Share the page and invite Esther and the rest. Invite everybody. Remember, people believe that you need to talk about marriage and divorce only when you're married. No, it is not true. Anybody who tells you that they are lying and deceiving you, you need to know it before you get there. You don't need to travel to a UK before you start knowing things about UK. People have not been to UK before, but they know all the cities because they studied it on the map and on social media. So the day you hit the country, you will not get lost. The same way with marriage and relationship, just hit the ground running right now and let's do it together. So what is divorce? Is the total dissolution of marriage by a competent court of jurisdiction or a competent group of people. And in Ghana, we have 3 forms of marriages, and I share it every time under the Cap 127, which is our marriage institutional law, the law governing marriage in Ghana. We have what we call the Mohammedan marriage. We have what we call the customary marriage. And we also have what we call the civil marriage. The Mohammedan marriage, the civil marriage, they are polygamous marriages, and it's accepted. It can be registered, governed by the law, PNDC law 111, the interstate successional law is what the traditional registered marriages are governed with, where the Ebusiapei, the head of the family, controls affairs. So today, the process to divorce, can it bring peace of mind? So let me say, most of us want to get out of our marriages that are become albatross to our neck. The challenges we are having in our marriages is causing us to lose our sanity. Amos, thank you. And because of that, we want to walk out of our marriages. Share the page and let's go. Now, if you're married under the traditional or the customary rules, divorce process is different as compared to the civil marriage. So I want to take you through the divorce process now. And I'm starting with the customary marriage in Ghana. What is customary marriage? Customary marriage is the type of marriage that is contracted between the families of the 2 people, and it is recognized by law if you register it. In this type of marriages, it is not 50-50 when it comes to equity or when it comes to alimony in the quest of any form of divorce that happens to you. It is a proof of contribution that gives a right to sharing. Number 2, it is also the law of interstate if you register it. And the interstate law is where the letter of administration signed by the head of family, that is the Ebusiapei, comes into the scene to show their powers for you to be able to have anything when divorce occurs. But what is the process to annul marriages in our traditional circle? In our traditional circle, what we call thank you very much, the traditional marriages, it is contracted through drinks, bottles of costumary and schnapp, rings, Bible, cloth. So 6 cloth, it becomes cuts across all traditions. There are other auxiliary things that the money differs from each other. Some are using the old system where they are still paying lesser amount of money. But in addition, there's a sewing machine. There are 6 pieces of cloth, 6 pieces of panties, 6 pieces of hair gear, 6 pieces of scarf, 6 pieces. It is there. Now the father has a cloth. The mother has a cloth. There is Bible. There is one ring, a signet ring, which is called the traditional customary ring, where every time they call it the engagement ring with a dot on it, and it's given out as a signal showing that you are getting married. Now, each of the cloth that is used for that particular marriage regularly has what we call names for it. Some of the clothes that you give are supposed to be, I am married. And there are some cloths that says thank you. It's not every cloth that is used to marry under the traditional way, because every name of a cloth has impact on the individual who wears it. Now, the traditional marriage goes through 2 families sitting in the house. The number is given by the woman's side. The date of the marriage is given by the woman's side. The woman's side is the part that receives the marriage, not the man's side. So the man's side of the family goes to the woman's side of the family to go and perform the marriage rites. And this is agreed and accepted by all standard. Now, the procedure differs from one home to the other, or one clan to the other. So if a guy has a process of getting married, yeah, your daughter is going to get married, there's a process how the guys receive marriage. But if an heir is going to pay the bride price of a daughter, the process is different. You are an heir, so the process in your house cannot be compared to the process in the house of the lady you are going to marry. Now, most of them drink, schnapp, customary are part of the marriage, right? And money. So when marriage is contracted by the male and female side, when we are finished, usually they come and marry in the house of the woman. The house of the woman means that the father's house, not the mother's house. It is traditionally unaccepted when a traditional marriage is carried to a venue that is not a family venue. An uncle from the father's side can give his space by permission and by libation pouring for the marriage to be contracted in their house. It's not supposed to be a nice house. It is believed that where we live must be shown to the family, so that in case there's anything, they will not ask for direction before coming. So we do it in the woman's father's house. Wherever the father is residing, that is why we travel to go and do it. In this current modern Tuno girls who have so many modernization and artificial mentality, a lot of things are done to enhance the old age form of marriage. But we accept it. But there's too much add-on which are unnecessary. The carrying of the things in a long queue, it's unnecessary. Usually those things are done straightforward when they are entering the house. It is brought immediately when the family is entering. So when they are hitting ago, and they receive the knocking from them, they enter with the things and keep it behind. When they request for permission to bring the things to come and pay the bride price, then they carry it from behind. The sitting arrangement is also very important when it comes to traditional marriage. The man's family always sits at the exit of the house, and the woman's family sits at the entrance of the house. So no matter how the house is, where you enter into the main house is where the woman's family sits. And the man's family that are visitors always sit at the entrance, so they can be sacked out of the house. The other things that you need to know is that under the traditional marriage, the man's family have no right to eat in the presence of the woman's family. Number 2, we give souvenirs at that marriage as witnesses who came to witness the marriage. And they are supposed to carry it to go and announce that finally we are going to pay the bride price of a woman for our son. So it's supposed to be domestic artifacts. It's supposed to be domestic materials like fan, like broom, like cane. These things are very important. Like sponge, things that are used at home. And it is believed traditionally that when we give them these things, they help build the family standard. You understand? Food are served to the woman's family. And the woman's family eats in the house of the man's family. And then they also carry some to go and announce the marriage. Until the woman's family exits from the house of the man's family, the family of the man traditionally are not supposed to eat in front of them. It's a tradition. It's a tradition that the woman's family have the right to eat. And the secret is that there are only two families. So there's nothing like church members, workers, old students. There's nothing like that in the traditional marriage circle. There's nothing like that. Anybody who comes and knows the man is a family member. So when anybody comes to misbehave, get drunk, do anything that sounds misbehavior in the woman's family house, it is equated that this is how their family is. A pastor is not really needed at traditional marriages. As a matter of fact, if there's anybody who is prayerful within the family of the man, they can come. The family of the woman, they can come. And the families that believe in orthodox prayers, they request that prayer is said. Those who believe in libation, they request that libation is poured. So a pastor is not supposed to be there. Remember that the strength of the pastor is in your pulpit or in your auditorium. The Lord gives you right to officiate marriages in your auditorium when you're licensed. And I hear right now the biggest mistake is that pastors go and exchange vows. They exchange marriage vows, the legal marriage vows at traditional marriages. It is illegal. No pastor, including myself, has the legal mandate to exchange vows, the legal marriage vows in a traditional circle. It is not supposed to be done. Any pastor who goes to a traditional marriage goes there at his own risk. They want you to come and pray. Go and pray. The ring and the Bible is not supposed to be handed over by a pastor. It is not done anywhere. It is supposed to be handed over by the in-law, an in-law from the man's family, and must be received by the family. As a matter of fact, this is the process. When a marriage is being contracted, everything is received and then carried to go and show to them the woman's family that did the request. If they accept that whatever they put on the list has been granted, then they give the ring and the Bible back to them so they can present to their daughter. The initial thing was that the ring is fixed by the auntie of the girl. The ring that the man brought must be fixed by the auntie of the girl and brought and announced to the people that they can bring their son to be seated, and then they bring their wife who has already been fixed with the ring, and they come with the Bible and the ring as well. Now we've changed everything, tautology. We do it the way we want to do it. Now the guy must come with a group of people dancing, making a hell of noise and carrying a lot of gifts, and then he comes to exchange by all those things are negative things when it comes to a traditional marriage. And if we don't take it, we will over modify the traditional marriage and take the strength of the traditional marriage from the family and give it back to the law, which is dangerous. So the process is very simple. When these things are done, the family must now accept the things they ask you to bring. Under the traditional law or the traditional process, let me use process, you can't add what the family have not requested to the list. It is traditionally an insult. Yeah. Whatever they ask you to bring is what you bring. You don't do momo. You don't do check. You don't do anything else except physical cash. Now, in our tradition, public display of who will block other men from coming to your wife is done by giving the person money, signifying what they call, it's not a contasikanyo. Akontesi kwine. It means that in-law block other men with this token I've given you, signifying that I have come to marry your sister. If there are 4 men, it's given to the men. Daughters are not given. So unfortunately, if you're marrying a woman who doesn't have a brother, then it moves to your father's cousins, not your mother's family members. Because mother's family members cannot receive a coin from the brother-in-law. And it is believed that if there's after the marriage, anybody else wants to come around the sister, nobody fights, but the one who took the money fight. And that money is literally given to the, what do you call it? We give that money seriously to the male child in that family, so that the male child will protect the sister on behalf of the man who is getting married to the sister. Now, hear this. It's very important to know that we are learning. Most of us have done a lot of negative traditional processes, and we are still married to it. Nobody can say it's wrong, but this is how it's done. Every family has their own. The number of people that receive the marriage differs from the heirs to the Gans and the rest. Marriage has been contracted. After marriage, expectation is childbirth. One day I'll teach you how naming ceremonies are done. But let's go straight to dissolution of traditional marriages, because today I'm taking you through the process. Now, if you want to dissolve traditional marriage, under the traditional marriage setting, you are supposed to have record of incidents that has been tried by the family members to solve. So if I want to dissolve the marriage between me and my wife traditionally, it means that there have been incidents and situations through consummation, through upkeep, through running of homes, through abuse, and I have reported that thing to my father. Me, the woman, my family, the man's family. The woman has no right to go to the man's family for report. Unfortunately, the family of each gives representative that can deal with issues in the marriage. It is believed that every marriage will have their own misunderstanding and misinterpretation. For that matter, let's give them people who can stand in before the family hears. So they become representative for the family. So they are ambassadors representing the male family, ambassadors representing the female family. So when issues occur, we are supposed to go to them, tell them about the abuse, tell them about the challenges, and they will carry it individually to our families, and the families will meet. Then it becomes a record. When it is settled, it becomes a record. When it's not able to be settled, it becomes a record. Out of those things, you call it petty, out of those events, when somebody decides that I can't stand anymore, then we can be calling for dissolution of marriages. Remember that the traditional marriage is a polygamous marriage. So one of the issues that is not a pivot for divorce is when the man goes to marry another woman or goes to bring a child. It is not bigamy. If you are married under the traditional law and you go and have a child out of wedlock, go and have a relationship, decide to go and marry somebody else, you don't need permission from the woman in there, but you need to alert your family you want to marry somebody else. And as the system goes, your wife will be announced to at a particular time. It differs from each place. So going to say, my husband has gone to impregnate another woman, so I want to leave the marriage, is not a bad news, but the process is difficult. Facebook, TikTok, can we hit the like page? Facebook, I saw you doing well at 30. I don't know what just happened to you. You just dropped. I don't know what magic is that. Can we start right now by sharing the page? We're learning. We're learning how to marry traditionally and how to dissolve the marriage traditionally. Our topic is it difficult to go through divorce? And can you gain your peace of mind after enduring dissolution of marriages? Thank you so much, TikTok. Can we hit? I wanted to start talking at 10, 20,000. But unfortunately for us, I can't wait for 20K because I want to work within time. I've done 34 minutes so I can give people the chance to come and talk. Please share the page to all the people who are the late comers, because today I want to stick to exactly maximum 2 hours. So last late comers will not be picked. I'll pick you, open you to start talking both on Facebook and on TikTok in the next few minutes. I'm doing the next 20 minutes of doing both of them. And exactly 1 hour after my lecture, I open the floodgate. You have 1 hour, I have 1 hour as well. Then we do it together. I love you. Thank you for coming. So please hit the like button now. We have to be on time. What is 9 point? Hit it. We are doing well with the viewership, but we need to, can we hit 200 for the first time? Can we bring people, invite if you are Schwarzenegger, go to everybody's page and share with them. I understand when I pick you early, it is difficult for you to like and to share. That is why now I've learned the protocol. Please go. We are learning. Most of you in America have done traditional marriage, and I'll come there. I'll come and explain something to you. Why there's a lot of difficulty with the foreign marriages as compared to the traditional marriages and the legal marriages in most of the foreign countries. Thank you so much, Amma Bentel. Thank you once again, Georgina, and thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, Nanama. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you all for being part of the show. Can we share the page? The most important thing is that this information must go to a lot of people. That is why I have to pause in here and bring you back. I really don't want to pause in a lecture because those who are watching understand what to do. I just want to remind you, if you were shared and came on board right now, your questions will be answered. Start writing your questions on the page. Keep it. When I open the floodgate of conversation, I'll answer every question except the ones that I don't know. So where was I? I am still on the traditional marriage and the process of getting married again. It's polygamous. So when your wife goes to get somebody else, when your husband, goes to marry somebody else and you report, you are compensated. Usually compensation is given to you when your husband decides to go and marry somebody else. There's a process that we call a compensation, and it is accepted that you can be there. Have a child out of wedlock, it is accepted. I'll come and read all your messages, and I believe that today my people will come and read for me. My TikTok queen will come today and come and do. All right, let me continue my lecture. If I start reading the messages, I'll be distracted. The book is open. Let me read from the memory and then write your questions. I'll come and read all of them. They won't go. I'll come and read them for you. So traditional marriages, this is how it's done. You need record of showing a lot of abuse. It's not that if you don't have record, you can't dissolve the marriage. No. If you come and say you are tired, you don't want to marry again, it is difficult for any family to easily accept the dissolution of marriage, because in the process of the marriage, for example, the heirs, they give you a chair and they put your buttocks on it and tell you are not going and coming back. I'm telling you. I am telling you. Yeah. The heirs, that is why most heirs cannot leave marriages. Yeah. It's difficult. With the Ghans, it's not too difficult to dissolve marriages. With the Ashantis, it's difficult, but not always. And with the northern people, it is difficult to dissolve marriages. With the Fantis, it's not difficult, but they don't easily. None of the traditional marriages are accepted. Divorce is not accepted easily. Now, it is just recently that we made a mistake of coming early to marry a woman without the presence of the man. It's one of the errors that we have come to adopt negatively when it comes to traditional marriages. The traditional marriage doesn't have the locus to allow anybody to marry anybody's daughter without the presence of the man. It is never done. Not even where you are marrying somebody's daughter and the person is not present. In the traditional circle, the woman they are getting married to must be present. The man must be present. Nobody stands in. Because listen, if I stand in for my brother, libation is poured, prayer is said, the marriage is linked up spiritually with the two present. So when I stand in for a brother in Ghana, in the absence of my brother in the US, I have the right to consummate the marriage. Hello? If I stand in for my brother, Semi Jim Mammy Bemo, where Bruchri, or German, or baby, and I'm worried, or baby manner. Me won't quite say me dino. Me won't quite say me in a yantomra. No law has been broken. It is acceptable because it is unacceptable and deceive is a deceit to public officer that another man stands in to marry a daughter who is not the wife. Traditionally, it's appalling. We cannot pour libation. So when a pastor goes to pray and then they deceive the man of God, that the man of God is not aware that this is not George Lutros, but this is a cousin of George Lutros, and he prays all the prayers, we join you together and declare that nothing will separate the two of you. We evoke the powers, and most of you, your marriages are not working because instead of you coming down to marry traditionally, you rather stayed there and somebody stood in for you. Now, let me tell you reasons. When a woman is pregnant, traditionally, we don't marry her. Legally, you can do, but traditionally, we believe that you cannot be married. Why? Because in the traditional circle, we believe that we don't have the safety of delivery. Neither do we also allow that you make decisions because a woman is pregnant to marry her. The other part is that we also believe traditionally in the realms of our spiritual eye that when it's marriage time, the angel that comes to visit marriage is different from the angel that governs a pregnant woman. Hear me. And because our powers are at the tip of our fingers, when a pregnant woman is exposed during marriage time, the condition is that we can affect the baby. The vulnerability of the pregnant woman is higher. And we don't want anybody to make a decision to marry somebody because they are pregnant. If we contract marriages based on pregnancy, we believe that you can go to delivery and the baby will not come. So when you go and you don't bring back the baby, what is the reason why we are marrying you? Because you are pregnant. The same way, we also don't want you to go to delivery, and when you die, our son is going to perform widowhood right because a baby mama is dead. These are strong traditional beliefs, but it's unfortunate for us. People are able to contract marriages, and when I talk about pregnancy, unfortunately for us, when the person is 2 months pregnant, 1 month pregnant, we don't know about it. We only know pregnancy not through tests. We know pregnancy through the bloating. So if the tummy is not out, we don't care marrying you. That one we don't know. But a fully blown pregnant woman, we can do it. But if the family is aware of the pregnancy, we don't want to push our daughter into marriage because she's pregnant. We don't do that. These are things that you look, they are trivial. But in the traditional circle, we look at it on a higher pedestal. I hope somebody is learning something. Now, so we don't stand in for people. Most of you who have traveled, your marriage is not working because the women you married, you were not able to come down to perform their rights. Somebody did it on your behalf. No family can go and marry a daughter without the presence of the man. I see pictures now. People go and no, we don't do that. Because the two people, their soul must be entered into the pot of the family. It is the first time the man's family enters into the family house of the woman. And they are able to capture the soul and build the marriage or destroy the marriage. So if you want to marry somebody, and there are people who have been married traditionally, and they've never been to their family house. I have attended a lot of engagements or a lot of traditional marriages in the US. And usually, not even a delegation is sent. Let me tell you, if you want to marry in a distance, they have to pour libation and send a delegation to come and report. It's not also done where a woman is getting married and the right of the woman, the traditional marriage is performed in the girl's house. We also then perform traditional marriages in the house of the girl's mom. If the girl, the mother and the father are living in their residence, they ask permission from the head of the family so that they can contract the marriage in their homes. Hear me. My father doesn't have right to marry for me. It is the head of the family that my father will tell, and they have right to marry for me. So my father only plays a role through the family head. Unfortunately for us, that no man is able to pay the bride price of any daughter traditionally. I never married my wife. Everything that, let me teach you this. When a man goes to tell the family, I want to get married because I have found a lady to marry, the first thing they do is that they check if you can afford. Now, the affordability is not usually the amount of money to go and marry the woman, because the things that we use to go and marry the woman is provided by you through your family. Your father is supposed to marry for you. Hello? Eja ene ware mane baba. Enti sika de ware no dodo ni fi wo ja ho. Japadi o de ma o de kwa aware so. Na dodo no nso wo na o de kọ na eja de ne di asoso akoya awade na ma. Enatam, ejatam, ejampabwa, enaduku ne enampabwa. Enye ejanum na eto eno eba ne neto de ma. Kawa ye di oba ne ho ade abofra be ma na okọ wine neto. Say a man bebre me I can't wear fake ring. So I buy from America and send to them. So many errors. As a matter of fact, the type of cloth that they have requested from your family, you don't have to see it until the marriage is over. Most of you after traditional marriages, you've never unwrapped your cloth and sewn them because you know the cloth inside the wrap. You did the wrapping yourself at home. It is an error to wrap your own marriage things and go and give it to the guy's family to bring it back to you. The same way it's an error that the list for marriage is provided by you, the woman. You don't even see the list until you have a daughter who is going to get married from your family. Or your sister is getting married and you see their own. You don't see the list. This is why you can't negotiate for reduction. You see, we've done a lot of errors to ourselves. A lot of errors. We've done a lot of errors to ourselves. A lot of errors. And we believe that the error we have done is modernization. No. They are part of the reasons why the marriages are not able to stand. They are part of the reasons. So the woman is not the one who brings us the list. So my wife didn't give me the list. The list was given to my aunties who went to do the knocking and given the chance 14 days after to come for the list when they have accepted that we marry their daughter. So your first knocking, I said, there's always two knocking. The first knocking is that you go and show them the lady's house without you going, hiding in a place. You say, this is the house. They go and ask. We are sent by so and so head of family to come and ask if this is the house of Mr. So and so. Yes. Now, our son who is in so and so has requested that there's a lady here he wants to get married to. You don't go with your son to go and show. So that my wife's family will not see me on that day. Unfortunately, the daughter that my aunties are discussing, they are not supposed to tell the family they've seen her before, because my wife is not supposed to be known by my family by the standard of the tradition. So they say we have a lot of daughters in this house. Which of them is your son talking about? So we only identify by name. And it's unfortunate. For example, my wife's house, they have so many Yamule in their house. So when my aunties went to marry and they made a mistake and they called Yamule, they said they have 7 Yamule. Which of the Yamule are we talking about? Then they specifically gave the full name of their daughter and gave the family tree of the daughter and mentioned the father's name and mentioned the mother's name. And that is how they accepted them that they are in the right house. So they took the drink and the money and told them, you will hear from us when we speak to our daughter. And then they spoke to their daughter and sent delegation secretly to investigate the son who wants to marry. So that is where they talked to their daughter. The family of XYZ sent, they don't bring the girl out to meet my aunties. Hear me. The girl comes to serve them water, but it is assumed that they don't know her. That morning, everybody comes to serve them water. And when you go for knocking and you're giving water, you are supposed to drink. It's a must. You don't drink all. It's not supposed to be served in cups, in bottles. But in our modernization and hygiene we give, you are supposed to open the water. If you are a traditionalist, pour some for the gods. But usually, because they engage you in their sitting rooms, you can't wait to the place. So you first come and drink. And this is how you drink. You know why you do that? I'll explain to you. You can drink all. But it is traditionally wrong to empty the bottle in the presence of your future in-laws if they give you the clearance. Your posture and behavior is important. You are not supposed to be served breakfast. Look, your visit must be early morning in the appearance of the sun. So you don't go and do knocking late afternoon, 3 p.m. No. Otherwise, if the family requests that you come and do it 3 p.m. because they want to meet with some people, that's different. Going to do knocking, you don't need the extended head of family. You need the direct parent of the children, and they will carry the money and the drink to go and announce. And they're also going to announce from the family head that sent you. You don't go and do knocking without knowing the name of the family head. So we have been sent from the house of the Lutrots, Mr. Professor Green Yate, whose son is Alexander Lutrot, has a son whose name is George Casterson Lutrot. You see at the family tree. So your visit by the aunties comes with the family tree mentioning to the family that they are going. I am not there. I am supposed to go and show them where the house is. Even if I drive them to the place, I should not be seen. So no man, and now it's painful. I mean, so nasty that people come to do knocking and friends will follow to come and do knocking. The boy comes on. Why? You go to family knocking and they ask, now, it's a question they should ask. They want to see whether you know tradition. So when my aunties went, they asked them, and where's the man who is coming to marry our daughter? And they said, oh, it's not yet time for you to see our son-in-law. And they said, wow. And they accepted it because that's the tradition. You don't go with them and say, yes, only this is the boy who wants to come and marry. It's disrespect. That is why until you marry somebody's daughter, never become useful to their family. Don't let the father know who you are. So finally, I never in my life sat in the sitting room of my wife. Never did it. I never ate in their house. They never laid me a table in the presence of my enemies. I was not common in their home. There are times that I have to do something for her by going to drop her at home. I don't enter the house to go and greet the parents. I never did. The siblings knows me. And we didn't have an the first day the mother did the request. The first day the mother saw me. The mother was like, hey, why am I such prominent and big and old and not married? I've not forgotten the statement. And I didn't take it in a bad blood because I have steady tradition. The mother was seriously checking if the daughter is not bringing an old man who is going to have easily prostate cancer to be served with diapers. And I love it. They served me. The mother said he wants to meet me. The father was not part of it. And the mother said he wants to see me behind the scene, not with the father. I never met my father-in-law. So we had a company together before we got married. And the company is still there, the work console, the production house of Ginger Honey Chips. My wife was a member, and with other guys who have dropped, we paid them back their percentage. My wife still stays there. Then she was not even my wife, but she was part of it. And I didn't marry her because she was part of work console. No. Away from that. So our company bought a car. And when the car was bought, we thought it was that she was the only lady on the block. Other ladies dropped. So the company car was given to her to drive. The day she took the car to her house, her father requested that this car is expensive. Who gave it to you? And said, oh, it's a company that we are running. He said, which people are running the company? The father asked her to bring back the car because he can't pay for the expensive for BMW. We have to explain that it's an official car. And whatever happens to it, the company will take, insurance will pay for it. Because by then, their area, in Accra, you wake up in the morning, your battery is gone, your mirror is gone, and the father was working with a big company. And anytime he brings a Porsche car home, the next morning, if he doesn't sleep in the car, this thing happens. So the father was concerned. That was the first time I heard of the father. And even that, I didn't go. They were not even in a relationship, but I didn't go. I've seen the father from afar. Anytime I'm standing and I see the father's car coming, I hide. Now we don't care. Young boys of today, they sit in the sitting room of the said man they want to marry their daughter, and they don't even care. Some even drink with the father. I never attended any funeral in my wife, then my study mate's family house. I didn't go. At best, the program that I never went to her church for a program. I'm saying these things that I was not practicing anything that was pleasant because I was doing what I know traditionally I'm supposed to do. Don't be known too much. Now, most of you in America, before they marry you, you do video call to your supposed, in quotes, mother-in-law to be. There's nothing like that. And they have a chat with you, ma. Our idea is so nice so. And to my ben from Ibawa broche, may talk and tell me in summer where they buy them palming to be in bad there. And then they do everything. Some girls buy their ring, their sis cloth from America and send it to Ghana. Hear me. The process of marrying you is not your contribution. The man has their own contribution. The woman have their own contribution. Do you get it? There are times I hear that the in-laws, some in-laws will invite you to come and sit. Me, my father-in-law never had a chance to invite me. As who? They won't invite me, even till today. Even till today. My father-in-law, it's difficult for my father-in-law to say he wants to see me. He will pass it through my wife. I want to have some discussion, and that is not even marital discussion. Mind you, I'm a licensed counselor. I work in the hospital. I'm a pastor, gazetted and ordained, carrying power. So there are times that my father-in-law wants a spiritual conversation and will pass it through my wife, and I'll fix time to go and see my father-in-law. It's a protocol. My father-in-law's number is on my phone. I can't remember the last time I was able to call him. Not even my mother-in-law. It's a standard. I'm not saying practice it. It's working for me. Maybe that is why I have a sweet wife. The same applies to my wife as well. Not common. Unfortunately for them, my wife and my sisters, they have common conversation, and that's them. My brother-in-law, they have only one brother. We don't have common conversation because of the age bracket, but he's my brother-in-law. I can't call him and send him. Anytime I want him to do something, I pass through my wife. My wife will talk to the brother and say, this is what my husband wants you to do. Can you do it? He says yes. Then before I get into the chat to go, I follow these standards, and it's working. So traditional marriage is, and these things that we put behind the traditional marriages is to keep the marriage going. We put a lot of the blocks around so that divorce becomes difficult. And look, the investigation that is done before the marriage is contracted is a huge investigation, so that you don't bring 2, 4, 6 families. Now watch it here. My wife's mother and father, and their mother and father. So watch it here. My wife's grandmother is still alive. So from my wife's mother's side, there are 4 people staying before them, so they become 6. The father's side to have the same thing, 6. So when you are dealing with that family, you are dealing with 12 different families. 12. And these 12 families are supposed to agree that you can marry their daughter. And everybody's consent is taken just to make sure that you don't disgrace them. This is why when you are going to divorce, it becomes difficult. Because if you have 12 different families, that some have about 300 people, your divorce will affect all of them. So it is not that your father says that we don't divorce in this family. Hear me. You have brought 12 different family heads. And the funny thing is that there are times that my mother-in-law is not a Ghana alone. Her mother is an Akan. Her father is a Ghana. And her father's father is a Ghana. Her father's mother is an Ewe. So if you look at the branches as well, your one marriage you went through has branched into Ewes, branched into Ashantis, and anybody who goes to marry begins to do inter-tribal marriages, and the family is big. And they all come together to accept the marriage. This is why when you want to divorce, you are crashing the head of different families. And so when you plan to divorce, they find it very difficult to accept. They believe that the process by which you went into the game, if you want to divorce, they have to announce it to all the people. So you can't be divorced and nobody knows in the family. Yeah. And these things were made so that our marriages will last. This is why when you go and do knocking, they collect small money and drink from you. Small money is not like it's not smaller denominations. And those days, they change it into 1 cedi, 50 per square, and they share it for investigation. You are fully investigated. You don't just come from America and come to say that your son, who was living here with us, has traveled to America and has come back and want to come and marry your daughter. Hear this. It's a good thing to say. But that request cannot be granted until they know who the son is. He left Ghana 15 years ago and is now in America. He is 30 years and want to marry our son, our daughter. We don't just agree because it's in America, but now it is sport. It's sport. Investigations are done seriously to ascertain whether the family you belong to, they pay children's school fees. They are educationally oriented. They have any mental disease. These things are very important. But we ignore them. We ignore them. The traditional process of marriage is seriously the best to protect our marriages. I'm telling you. You know, I'm telling you. Now hear me. We don't frown on you impregnating our daughter, but we disgust it. We believe that you can't take our precious jewel, that is a daughter, from us without paying her bride price. Now watch it here. God created the world by forming man from the dust of the earth. And after forming the man, he finished and saw the need of the most precious thing called a woman, who can become a helpmate and as a woman, see how important you are. God was creating human beings with their hands. But immediately when God saw the need in the life of Adam that he needs a helpmate, God stopped procreation and handed over the idea of creating a human being to women. This is how vulnerable women are. And that is why till I leave this earth, I will never support women empowerment. Because women are very powerful. The only time a human being depends on a human being direct is pregnancy. So God handed over procreation into the hands of women. So now women are creators. Deposit the spermatozoa and they form a human being as God did. So the man carries the sperm that is produced 24 hours a day. But the woman produces one egg in 1 month. Essential people are women. So the family believes that the most important asset to us is what can do what God does, our daughter. Our daughter is our God. Our daughter is our golden egg. Our daughter is the most precious thing that happened to the family. Even though our daughter is not able to name a child after our family, if the world will go forward, it depends on our daughter. God has deposited something in our daughter. So you can't come and take her lightly. This is why when you impregnate our daughter, whilst you've not paid her bride price, we say you have made foolishness out of us. Even if our daughter gave it to you for free, a son say, our daughter doesn't name, but our daughter has the capacity of continuing the procreation and the handiwork of God. Women, hear this. You are too precious. You are too valuable. You are an asset to the world. And without you, procreation is meaningless. Without you, the continuation of God's purpose for man cannot continue. I carry sperms every day. I am producing sperm every 24 hours. But the mandate of having continuity, and then making sure that the family I belong to is stable cannot be executed without you. Why are you struggling to be a man? Why do you want to become a man? Why do you want to compete with a man? Why are you not looking at yourself as a God in terms of creation? And this is the mentality of the traditional people. That this is what our daughter is to us. And for that matter, you can't take her just like that. So when you take our daughter without paying her bride price, we call you a thief in the Ghana. So the Ghana says, I'm not botulo. The Fanti says, what fun? And the Akan says, what buyenkwasia. Wow. Maybe you understand. So girls, why do you want to say that I will prove to them that I love him? Let him, if they won't agree that we get married, then I'll get pregnant. Hear this. Hear this. You are not punishing the family. You are devaluing yourself. You are This is not to say that when you get pregnant while they've not married you, you are valueless. No, don't get me wrong. I'm explaining why the family will want to take from you an amount of money and drinks for taking our daughter not through the right process during the traditional marriage. So if our daughter has a child with you before marriage, now what will we do? In the list, we create a first list for you called Amobojulo by the Gans, and the font is called Kwasiebuo. So hear this. Nobody can take Kwasiebuo from anybody until you make a decision to marry their daughter. So if you have not attempted to pay the bride price of our daughter, we can't take Kwasiebuo from you. A yenimu is not Kwasiebuo. Once our daughter gets pregnant, you can't, and this is the other thing people don't know. When I impregnate your daughter or anybody's daughter, I cannot go to their family house to tell them that your daughter is pregnant for our son. It is not done. That is a traditional error. And you can be surcharged to pay with goats, sheep, and cow for coming to tell us, as if you don't respect us. May Councillor Lutrot na me fi Amsterdam no maba we dey pay for money more mo baba no ye me prana onyim enti me ba in base e body tell enti me ba say be catch up say me na me nyim no na ye mfa to baby you're very stupid. In my family house, they will pour water on you and sack you out of the house. As a matter of fact, our house will not entertain any man without your family to come and announce if you are not married to our daughter. We understand. It is us. We go and ask for the pregnancy. We see that our daughter is pregnant and we request from our daughter who impregnated you. If our daughter doesn't tell us who impregnated her, we'll keep asking until she delivers. Yeah. When she announces that it is you, Lutrot, who impregnated her, we ask, where is your family house? If you are living with your wife in Trasacco, we will never come there. No traditional family will come to your wife's house because we can't come and seek for your pregnancy from your wife's house. We need your family. Hey, tradition is good, eh? As I study African traditional marriages and other things, it gives me boldness that our tradition is more protective than most of the things we are doing. You see, and these things, don't take them for granted. They have spiritual backings. Yeah, they are spiritual backings. Anytime they carry a girl to the family house and announce that your son here, there is a son, his name given to us is, then a daughter I mentioned, George Lutrot. Which of the George Lutrot? Our house, we have 7 George Lutrot. Hear this. You see the way you go and say you want to marry their daughter, and they take you through the process. When they bring anybody, and when they are coming to us for pregnancy, they don't come in the afternoon, they come early morning. And they know who they are coming to. They are coming to Mr. Lutrot, the father of George Lutrot. And you are not supposed to come with fight, but you are supposed to come with a position of deceit, of worry, not anger, but seriousness, that something precious has been taken from you. Somebody has used the back door to enter into your garden. So the family is coming with a certain level of, I want to call it holy anger. Omudi enibri ni ebufuo na eba bebisa. Ba yemfa ntokwa ba yembase ebesere. Enti omo ba na mo nsuo a, omo so mo ayenom. Eba mso ye mama kwa ba nsuo ni yaje. Na ha de bokọ, ye de anya bokọ mayen, ye de enibri nenam. Yade pa bi a eda ye fie. Ade chen ya no pe ya, ye sori a, ye ba be yi ho adane. Obi anso be bo opron ye no ho ade wo ye fie. Obi amba yo. Na ye bisa se ho adane. Efi a yete, ye no papa, unyam be ma. E na wa chiri man nete ha. Nti so obi anyem wo de a, na ye emu ba ko. Ye bisa ne sa, wa popo ni ti. E na obo abrante e bidin. Yesu ye nim no. Obi anfa nsan ba ye ho. Obi amba yi animu. Obi amba ye ne ho ade. Enti e ma ne papa. E de ebufuo ka se, yendi ye na ye chi. Ne embe bisa abrante a ye bo ni dim. Ye bisa ne se ofifie ha. Ye si oye eja afra enana. Enti ni aba. Ye ba si ye ba bebisa. Se wo ba be ma bi disi ana. Na wa nyim ye baba. Ye baba ho adane ni din no boy. Yo abusuafo ye damase. De di kan, ye mama kwa ba biom. Yes, say, then they use a lot of proverbial statements to cool them down because they are on edge. Why? Their daughter has been taken through the back. Or what neka. So when they come, they are not, and that is why they can't go to my wife's house. They can't come to me in my wife's house. Because in my wife's house, there's nothing they will do. They are going to meet me direct. And they are not coming to me who impregnated their daughter. They are coming to my family. What's an idea then? Yeah. So they come and do this. And when they you take with the madaroma, yes, you fear hano. You want member bibiri wa. You ba be man so mo kana asem. Oye adwuma na adwunti. On my ana wa ba beda. And umudi abetu ye nim de yesre mo. Ye hu efie amufim. Ye fi Mr. Taylor fie na ewo ho no. Teacher Taylor. Teacher Taylor. The opama de pam school atade ma akwa me nkruma mba no. Efie mienu na etoso no nsia no. Ewo kwa ada so ho na efi. Abusua na nkasa de yetena se memre da wie bia. Ye mpa ne toto ne no a. Mo aka yate ye ekọ. Then they live with their daughter. When they leave, then they invite their son, George Lutrot. A family of so and so came and said you have put their daughter in a family way. Please, how true is that? If their son says no, they will go and investigate and take word back to them in Kwada so that their son says he is not the one in charge of the pregnancy. Hear me. They are supposed to respect the protocol by making sure that the family takes the name of their son from their mouth. If their son comes to say yes, then a delegation is sent to the woman's family house, which the guy knows. That is why I told those people that if you are going out with anybody, know their family house. Know their family house because it's needed. My time is up. There are a lot we need to learn. There are lots we need to learn. I don't know. I don't know. So don't regret you are married traditionally. Don't. So when these things are done, the family calls, but they go back. When I accept yes, the family goes back to ask. Our son has responded. Yes. Then they ask, is your son married? They say yes. He has a wife in Accra with 4 kids. Then their daughter has already told them that he's a married man. Whatever they will do to their daughter is their own thing because their daughter has allowed a wrongful take. Hear me. A wrongful take doesn't mean that they're going to kill their daughter. No. There's a process that has been thwarted. So the family has the right to be angry because daughters are special. Now hear this. When they come back and see the family and they say, yes, we've accepted. So please, what are the process of clearing the air that we are the father of the unborn child? Then they call it Yebeyi. So the family tells you, for what you have done, XYZ is what we need. So that we tell the family heads that a man has taken our daughter through the wrong way. They need a drink, they need money, they need cloth, because it is said that the pregnancy must be covered. So yajin toma, yajin san, yajisika. That one is to pacify the family. Number 2, because hospital is essential, they create a timetable for you to pay what they call antenatal and going to hospital. You also put a format down, a step down to feed their daughter's pregnancy, not feed their daughter, you feed the pregnancy. You are also to be aware, not the son, but the family should be aware that by proximity, anything that happens to your daughter, they will be held responsible. This conversation goes on. And then finally, they give you the chance. When the child is born, you are announced to. When their daughter is going through labor, they take their daughter to the hospital because you are paying for it. When they give birth to the child, they send a delegation come and tell you, our daughter went into labor and has brought forth a son. We came to announce to you. Now, once they announce to you, because you are responsible, you choose a day to go and name the child. Before the naming, traditionally, you need to come and pacify the delivered woman. You come and say congratulations. And that is the time that they receive things from you, coming to say, thank you for delivering for us a daughter. That one too is not marriage. You give live chicken. You give frozen chicken. You give money for soup, for stew. And then you compensate her, welcome her with a cloth and some drink. Those days, it is believed that we didn't know hospital matters. So when the woman goes to deliver, they need to give her some level of alcohol to kill the sore in the womb and to give her appetite to eat. So they were taking alcohol. Oh no, Dobernet was one of the most expensive drinks they give. And so when he says that, or no one's alcohol, no so bad, no any time I buy, as Uncle Abby, I knew you do for a mom Dobernet or Mumia, as some fear was buy, they give them this thing to drink. I think I've lectured too much and I'm becoming boring to the rest of you. If yes, I can move on. So when all these things are done, traditional dissolution of marriage, I don't even think I can go and do the civil one. Oh God. So this is the process of marriage. So in this time, if I decide to come and marry this girl, the family will add Kwasiebo list to the list. The family will add Amobodulo. So you see 2 lists. Because you have a child with our daughter, we give you a list showing that you came to steal before. So pay for that. So that one, they give you a payment, number of cloths. Some will take as close as 6 cloths, 7 cloths to pacify the woman and the family. It's a whole list separated from the marriage list. And you need to perform the two. So when you come to perform, they will, when you knock, the first thing they do is that they take the first one of pacifying their daughter you have a child with, and they receive it. The family will receive it before you are given chance to continue with your traditional marriage. Hear me. When all these things are done and you find out that you don't want to marry the woman again, unfortunately, in our traditional dissolution of marriage, you, the woman, cannot go to your mother's, your in-laws' residence or their house. It is your father that can take the issue to them that my daughter says that based on XYZ the last time it happened, and it has happened again, emotional trauma, and he's been abused by the woman, by the man, and he cannot stay with the man anymore. They call and they try to resolve the two of you. And your husband says, meet me why I need you. Meet me why I need you. Meet to me in the meeting. And this meeting is not called by one side, it's both families. And they bring their son and their daughter. And they ask them then also, and they realize that it's not able to work. Now, hear me. One of the things that no family can cover up is physical abuse. It's against the civil law. So that why you need to go and register your grievances with the DOPSO unit or any home office so that it is recorded that it's a physical beating. Remember that when you're dissolving traditional marriage, you don't go to court. The police only comes in because there's a particular form of abuse that may be those people want to take to court, family tribunal. You can go to family tribunal when their level of abuse. Now, in that dissolution, you only need a drink. To dissolve a traditional marriage, you don't need money. You don't need ranks. You only need the drink. And until the marriage is dissolved, you cannot walk to your family meeting without a ring on your finger. You can't take it out. So they take a drink to the place. And hear me, when they go and sit down, Jojo, and as they are speaking, no, yes. So our son says he cannot marry your daughter again. And we have told them, and this is the third time we are sitting in this meeting. So this is the drink. We bring you this drink, signifying that we'll marry your daughter again. Then they put the drink down. Now, nobody takes the drink. So the marriage is not dissolved. The only time the marriage is dissolved is when the drink is accepted. That's one. Now, when the drink is accepted, it doesn't mean the marriage has been dissolved. Whoever they brought it to, maybe they brought it to the father and the mother. They said, we don't dissolve marriage. We didn't contract this marriage. It was the family that did. So we'll take this drink to the family. Whatever they will say, we'll announce to you. So they will hold it. But the marriage is still intact. Now hear this. No son-in-law has the traditional right to go to the father-in-law with a drink. No son-in-law, no daughter-in-law, no friend. So you're in America. You can't do it. It's the family that does it. And the marriage cannot be dissolved in your absence. It has to be dissolved in your presence. And when all is said and done, all disputes resolved, they ask that how many children are between them. They discuss the children, the welfare of the children. How is the upkeep? Once they are children, remember, the laws in the country covers children and women. And no tradition in the country is above the laws of the country. So immediately we are dissolving marriage and there are children involved. The first thing that the family head will evoke is that the welfare of the children. If the man doesn't understand, before they dissolve the marriage, they take it to the family tribunal. Yeah. You see why the children will not suffer after divorce. So the law comes in. And under the Child Right 2008, a father must provide shelter, feeding, protection, security for the children. That is a law. Even if they are married under tradition. He needs to pay for rental, utilities. Eyamra, any family head maker. It's not negotiable. So I don't understand why your daughter has dissolved the traditional marriage, and the man says, no, it's not. It's unaccepted. So don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Don't feel wanted. Because I'm discussing that can you have your peace of mind after divorce? Yes. If you follow the right process, you can easily have it done. Very, very important. Now, when these things are done, the drink is not open. And remember, when you present the drink, until it is open and said, the marriage is not dissolved. And suddenly, you be bieso, and I bieso, you bossum premiensa, you bossum premiensa, you bossum premiensa, ni bieso. Now ye di empire. Say our dear ye G 2 ebusumu and ne maintain once ya benti ye gunu. And sana ye kwe ya dansidie nsa a echire se ya ene kwabne our dear ye G 2 enfie num enfie 9 ankwale du abremu no enne ye dia wade ni be ye num nsa e dia dance and they serve everybody. If you don't drink, you still hold it. So it is not a decoration that your father is sitting and say, and son when you no, they open it and drink. And they don't drink alone, they send it around to the whole 16 family. And they discuss the welfare of the children before they dissolve the marriage. These things must not be done with anger. Because if you want to have a peace of mind, you have to dissolve marriage out of anger. The children's welfare must be taken care of. Traditionally, we do preparation for the children. So no man will say, I can mean to you. No, you can't do that. The family, it is bigger than the family. So the family goes through the process. And if you 2 years, you continue paying. If you are living in a certain house, the tradition begins that if you're not and by the intestate, now they can take you to court for the sharing of property, and we use intestate. When it is by divorce, there is a way to share it. If it's by death, there is a way to share it. Oh my God, our day is easy. Now your question time can come. I've done some with the traditional marriage. Tomorrow I'll continue with the civil marriage. But if I want to do it, so let's go here. Amma Bento says, because there are not sanctions to the traditional marriages, most men does not respect the other family. When they decide to divorce their wives, some men don't respect their in-laws to even go and talk to them about their daughters. The men take their own decision. When a man takes their own decision, the man doesn't even have right to go and see your parents or your family. It is the man's family that have right to meet your family. Anytime you are going through marital difficulties and your father invites your husband, he will be disrespected. Hear this. When somebody wants to divorce your daughter or want to annul a particular marriage between your daughter and themselves, okay. So if I marry your daughter traditionally and I want to dissolve the marriage, good. In that dissolution of the marriage, I cannot come to my father-in-law. No way. It's not possible. My father-in-law cannot invite me. That invitation is not accepted. My father-in-law will have direct contact with my parents. So they are those who are going to be talking together. So the invitation is granted by me, my father. And I'm told that my wife's family will want to meet us. So I can't talk to my father-in-law direct. Who am I? I can't. Hey, I fear. Look, if I'm conversing with my father-in-law, I'm like, I hear what he says. Even in my circles, as a pastor, I still recognize the man. If he comes to me as a church member, there's a way I deal with him. Unfortunately, we've never had any family issues. My father-in-law invites me because he knows I'm endowed with knowledge in traditional issues and family issues. When there are issues, he calls me to seek my opinion. Tells my wife, I would like to meet your husband to discuss XYZ with him. Tell him when he's available. Then I give the protocol. I go there. Go and sit down. I'm served with water. I don't go and eat with my father-in-law. No. There's a respect. So what you are saying, I understand. Never invite your daughter-in-law or son-in-law to come and discuss issues. Don't disrespect you. Gina says, some women are free with their mother-in-laws. So any misunderstanding, they run to their in-laws. Is that right? That is wrong. If you report me to my mother will always stand by me. So don't do it. Don't befriend your mother-in-law. That one ya chresa ya bre. Ya nkobio. Ya chirabre. Ya chirabre. So you can bring your questions, and if you want to join, hit the link. And if you want to join on TikTok, just come. And all you need to do, just do your request, and I'll get you involved. Our number 20K. Please hit the like button. Let's go. You should do 50K for me like you do every time. Okay. So, hey, my everyday mistake. Oh, wow. Which mistake is that? Be reporting your husband to your mother-in-law is your everyday mistake. So stop. Don't do it. They'll lose respect for you. They will lose respect for you. Seriously. Wow. Nowadays, they have changed everything, all because of modernization. They will pay the price for it. So then, why does the pastors take over the Bible and the ring? They don't know. It is wrong. It is not a pastor that is supposed to hand over the ring and the Bible to anybody at traditional marriage. It is the family member. The family will choose an auntie to do that. It is not a pastor's thing. Wow. Somebody has that question. So please, what if you are not a Christian? What if you are not Christian? Most you accept the Bible. If you are not a Christian, I don't understand. It is part of the requirement. So the Mohammedan people have a way they do with the Quran. But in our traditional circle, we believe that even in pouring libation, we know the Almighty God. And we don't have a model in the traditional circle as a manual. So we take Bible, we take a ring. And now hear me, when our colonial masters came, they introduced us to the Presbyterian Church, the Anglican Church. These are the basic churches. So we give you a hymn book, signifying that in any confusion, sing hymns and seek God. So the traditional family believes in God, and that is why they give you the Bible. So if you don't even go to church, they'll give you a Bible, believing that in all our traditions, read the word of God. Because in their examples, they go back to God. And remember, the Constitution of Ghana, the first page, is in the name of the Almighty God. So they will give you a Bible, and you have to accept it. Wow. I'm learning. Thank you for learning. Some people add a flower or bouquet. It's add-on. It's not necessary. No family will ask you to add a bouquet to marrying their daughter. It is unnecessary. But if you want to do it, go ahead. Waste of money. And remember that in the traditional marriage, there's a cost that the man takes and there's a cost that the woman takes. The feeding of the people, the setting up of the house, and whatever souvenir they share is the cost of the woman and the family. The man is not part of it. You don't cross over to go and spend in that house. Your own is that your family you are bringing and the things they requested from you is what you are bringing to them. And you stick to that. You don't go and provide food, shelter, canopy. When they are welcoming you in their house and they want you to sit under a tree, sit on benches, that is what they want to provide. And you have to use it like that. Those chairs with covers, no. They can bring their 3-in-1 from their room and give 10 benches. This is how they receive visitors. Green carpets, decorate the house, cover the house, paint the house is none of the duties of any man. If your family want to paint the house, it's their own right. They choose to do it. Do you understand me? Yeah. And they give their number. They want 30 people. It ends there. What they want to feed, what they can feed. So the man has the expenditure and the woman has the expenditure. So nobody gives you extra cost. Who are you to go and paint the house of your father-in-law to be? Are you serious? That during the traditional marriage, you see the man in the house, moon change away. Who are you? Are you telling telling us our house is dirty. If we decide that the house is dirty, want to paint before the marriage, we don't take money from you. It is our responsibility. Our daughter, that is why we give the date for the marriage. It is not the man that gives us date to marry our daughter. We put our house in order before we receive you. So don't go and spend. AstroTurf, designer chairs, what? Modernization, my food. Good evening, Papa. Thank you. I tell you, my favorite person. Thank you. Okay, and we love you too. Thank you for loving me. Can Ghanaians give back Councillor Luto's stone to him? Well, now I need cement. I have too many stones. When he said, okay, when he said some Ghanaian celebrities marriage will fall down, some Ghanaians insulted him, Papa. Let them continue sharing their opinion. Some people don't understand him. That's why. Well, they will understand as we grow. Thank you very much. He says, I'm learning hard. I once faced this kind of thing in my former marriage. Hey, wow, who is this? Former marriage. Let me see. Is it Faith Wake Up Africa? Oh, let's share with us what happened. Let me pick you up. Make the request. Let me pick you up. My former marriage, my former marriage experiences, my traditional former marriage. Let's learn from you. I once faced this marriage. He said, Wake Up Africa. Okay, I think that is the person I picked up. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so let me see. Most of us, we marry our own. Most of us, when we marry on our own without our fathers, does it help? Is that what you want to say? No, it doesn't help. Okay. But how come the couples buy the stuff themselves? Okay. You are not able to buy anything for anybody. The buying of the things is done by your family. Me, the club that my wife used for the engagement is my mother, my auntie. Yes, my mother didn't go. It's my auntie from my father's side who went to town to buy. I only escorted them because I know the color range of my wife. So they chose cloth according to name. And I chose cloth according to color and cost. So GTP was there. And I added 2 Holland because Holland is the highest. If you use 6 Holland to marry your wife, under the tradition, it's not accepted. Because we believe that the Holland cloth, the Hollandese, is the highest peak. So it is used for compensation. So we give you lists. We add no Holland. Most lists they put it there. It's GTP ATL. Yeah. No English words. But now we don't care. We don't give respect. We take English words. Aboom. I started buying Holland for my wife right after marriage when I started traveling. And I bought her enough that she doesn't even sew at times. I'm tempted to collect them and go and use them for some game somewhere. And I don't know, but when I come to America every time before I go, but people give my wife cloth. They've not seen her before, but they send her cloth. And I'm going to my baby. You see how marriage can bring things to bear. Well, okay. Okay. So I know there's somebody here. I will come and pick you up. Okay, so I have Esther here too. Okay, so let me pick your thoughts. Holland Club. Let me pick your thoughts on it. Let me read. Gina says, I have learned a lot, so many errors. As for the errors, we are all learning how to correct the errors in our lives. All right, so Esther is here. Mommy is here. Mommy came before Esther. So Mommy, let me hear your take. Is there a question? And then we'll pick Esther. So Mommy, let me hear you. Esther, you can mute yourself. Let's take Mommy. Mommy, let me hear you.
Oh, Counselor, would I pick Esther first?
All right, so Esther, you've been given permission by Mommy. First come, first serve. Let's go. Esther, let's hear you. Okay, so Esther is not hearing me. Maybe she'll come back later if she has a question or a contribution. Esther, if you can hear me, let me hear your question. If not, then let's go ahead. If you have anything you want to share with us on traditional marriages, how to dissolve it, and what to do, the errors that we've learned, we can go ahead with the questions. Whilst I still read messages that have come in here. Back again on TikTok. TikTok says, we can call your mother-in-law. Okay. Can you call your mother-in-law to be in your... Can you call your mother-in-law to be if you have issues with your guy. Please, there's nothing called mother-in-law to be. You only have a mother-in-law because you are married to somebody's daughter. So you don't have a mother-in-law. So don't call anybody. Don't call anybody and disgrace yourself. Raymond, do you have any question or contribution? Raymond. Raymond is there, but is having some feedback with Raymond. Oh no, I've missed this girl here. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, the girl's SP for our page has left whatever she's doing and granted us the audience to come and join us. Can we welcome her with a clap? We miss you. Hey! So,
I've been here from beginning, though.
Yeah, I saw you a flash. But at least you should announce your presence. As for you, because you're a class rep, when you come, we should pick you and keep you there because you can comport yourself. You control the class. But I'm seeing you are doing well. Your page is doing well. We're having 22K. Tell them to hit the likes. I see. I hear when I put you there, you can tap. When you come here, you can only share. But you're doing so well. Thank you. I miss you so much. Hey, so does it mean that if I don't come to TikTok, I'll not get to hear from you? And yo, Subai Bonne. Shame on you. Beautiful
this comment
mother.
here from Lady Shine.
Yeah, what did she say?
She said, what if the man did the knocking and leave you for years? Can the family accept another man?
So when a man does knocking and leave you for years, the family before can accept another man. Knocking is not anything. If a man does knocking, the knocking they do, we tell them that the family will come back to you in 10 days, in 15 days. You don't have right to call the family as them that you better knock him. Once the family of the woman didn't respond to you, it means that they have not agreed that you marry their daughter. So you can go ahead and marry again. Why do you stay? For who? Knocking is not promise. You see, under the law of promise and faith, in Ghana's law, it is said that when you have an evidence to prove that there's a promise and faith, and people think that knocking is promise and faith, they can deny it. The traditional law says that when you promise somebody, you are giving timelines to marry. The same way when we give you timelines to marry, and you don't come back to tell us, say, for us to extend for you, because our daughter is a treasure. And you can't be the only person coming to beg our daughter with a bottle of schnapps and some coins, and she should be there. Just look at Abna, the stature, what she carries. Such a beautiful golden egg that is going to lay our chicken for us. You come and put a drink there and travel to America 7 years to go and look for a document. Are you serious? What do you mean by that? It's not accepted. So if a man comes to do knocking and the family is still waiting for him, your family is not a serious family. They don't regard you. They don't respect you. Or you two are too low. Ma muntu mo boa sina brochie kon de heaven pa onya ne krata hey ya jimi en obi mpewo anado o bo ho so knocking. I think people who have not been done knocking. We've been going up for 7 years now, and all of a sudden he just told me he will not marry me again. When a guy breaks up with you at 30, he has destroyed your life for the rest of your years. What are you talking about? Hey, 2 to 3 years is too long for knocking. Hey, we are talking about weeks. You are talking about years. Weeks are something American. Because you are a hot cake. Listen, look, you should not be working one guy alone. It's marriage that keeps you with one guy. Even in marriage, every day I tell my wife, there are other people who are interested in you. So look beautiful everywhere you go. Hey. Hey.
So there's one too from Raymond, but I don't know why he's not talking. He said, I have married thrice and divorced, and none of what you have said is done. I'm now in my fourth. Wow.
Huh?
Hey.
Okay. I wish Raymond would explain so that I don't jump the gun. But if you married thrice, traditional marriage or civil marriage? Raymond, we've not done the civil marriage. So is it traditional marriage that you've not gone to break the marriage and you are marrying again. Hear me, it's very dangerous. Me, my family. If you don't come and dissolve the marriage, you can go and marry again. But remember, anything that happens to our daughter will come back to you. The other part is that because you have not come to dissolve the marriage, if anybody else comes to marry our daughter, we will come and dissolve the marriage with a drink. So a woman's family can also go and dissolve marriage. It's not only the man's side, though. But when they are going to dissolve, they should make sure that the drink is open and shared. When they accept a drink from you and it's not open and shared, the marriage cannot be dissolved. And suddenly you be so nom edi adansie eyi mpaye sawade na e course e wo George Lutrot any abna sugar ntem no ene eni ho biom e ho nsa adansidie nie kinsu ade 3 times. Raymond, are you ready to talk?
Raymond,
I said that for unim. We'll be alright 6 times. Yes. Mate. Obo bankasa enti me na fiu ni di bia bam.
Uncle Ray.
Is it you know? Even a yimbo ni say or a third wife.
4th wife.
We need so a 4th wife. Okay, say agro di age. Enti me kai pa say Star FM and Bulare. Me go kan Bulare Star FM no so say be me bia or wari jai no. So one year counseling or wari obesen jai. With my wife 7 times no jai. And at time was brother ba show no so. Oba show no so na obisan say wari jai. No say wari jai 3 times or say 2 times. Na Bulare say why? And the first one go for counseling. Anyway, she said one go for counseling. Mistake or year or first one. Maybe or jail bar one for counseling. Or ban or fan the first one. Of course, second one of befa. Or befa that type of ban and it is the same trouble being in magnitude. Counseling is important. And Abulari or cap and say, then Counselor Lutrot is right. I see who's Counselor Lutrot? No, say me. I say, oh, that man. Is he a Ghanaian? He speaks too much wisdom. I'm talking about a very good Atanos in Yambema on live radio. By then, the insults, the bashing, hey, Yambere, you know, even till today, can you imagine that there are these small girls on radio and on TV who have taken the airwaves and they are able to tell management that they cannot interview me. So if only me I'll bring, they will bring on their TV. Then they will not do the show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And these are small girls. When they started, I brought them up. Today, they make decisions. But whether I go there, I don't go there. I am teaching here. Ray, welcome. Ray.
Hello.
Yeah, Ray, you want to share with us? We are listening, Ray.
All right. I married my first wife when I was a virgin.
Hey. How old were you, Ray?
When I was in school.
Ray, how old were you as a virgin?
Then I was completed Form 5, 82. No, yeah, 82. That means that time I'll be about 22 years.
Oh, that's good. So you were a virgin at 22. 22,
yeah.
And you got married at 22.
Yeah, no, I got married at about 24.
What were you going to? What were you in a rush to?
Yeah, 24 years I got married.
Wow. Definitely the marriage will collapse.
Counselor, please, the problem was that I blamed the church I went.
You blame the church?
Yeah, I blamed the church I went because that time the girl was my girlfriend. I'm coming on my church, I'm coming.
Good. I understand. I understand, Raymond. Yeah, he's at work. You come back. We want to learn from him. You see, Raymond at 24. 24. And when I tell you I in Tema, you insulted me. When you saw me now, I be good there, they insult me. Me. I say, my mother, She calls me a week crying. What I told you get from what you are doing. And my wife is the one that they go attack. Talk to your husband. He doesn't listen to anybody. You are the one he listens to. Hey, they can call my wife and we'll talk. Did you say you man? My wife comes. We say, how would you help your mother to understand that this social media thing, most of the things are lies? I say, I don't know how to help her. She should be there. Let me be there. Hey, people can go to my mother and go and report me to my mother. Call your son and tell your son, we will kill him. I have suffered in Ghana, but thanks to this woman called Mrs. Lutrot, she has stood by me every time. She has stood by me. And I love my wife that she's not competing with me on social media. But maybe my wife comes on social media to compete with me, I'll collapse. She's too beautiful to come on social media. She's watching us now. You know, but none of you know her name. She's watching and sending me back messages. She was asking why you were not there. Where are the rest of the people? I say the people now, we're using strategy to keep them to come. But now I've opened the floodgate. So Raymond is going to share with us 24 years when you marry will collapse. Now go ahead in 24 years. Hey, 24 years. So go ahead in. 24 years. 24 years. All right. So, any other question? Is there anything you want to read there for me, my dear? Wake up, Africans. The baby has come. Wake up, Africans. Unfortunately, I wanted to hear her story too as well. So, if Wake Up Africans will send a request, I'll pick you up. Okay. Some of them, they're there to be in-laws. Invite them to come and eat at home. Me, it's not done. It's wrong. When your in-laws invite you, don't turn them away. If I send them, why would they invite you? By what standard? Hey, Facebook today they are crying 37. Why should your in-laws to be invite you to come and eat? How? How will they get your contact for you to come and eat? Please hit the like button. How? Can we do 50K? 50K is the target because we have just 8 minutes to close. We've done well. 8 minutes, we are closing. Honestly, I said I'm doing 2 hours. And I have 8 minutes to do 2 hours. Mommy, thank you so much. Thank you for the gift. So we have 8 minutes. Can we start doing the giftings? Can we start doing the giftings? Immediately. So that we can
Vicky, and my people.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they?
Well,
I saw Vicky around though.
Yeah, I saw Vicky and I saw Claire. Claire too is there.
Was around.
Yeah, Claire is still there. I see Claire. I say, oh. Your in-laws cannot invite you to come and eat. You are not married, they are inviting you to come and eat. Hey, even till today, after many years of marriage, I've not. Thank you so much, girl. Thank you. I appreciate your effort to keep the brand going. I will not disappoint you. Thank you so much. I will not disappoint you. Thank you so much for the gifts. I love it. Thank you. How can they invite you to come and eat? I know a guy who sits with the father-in-law and they drink together in Osu. The last time I told him, Charlie, it's a disrespect for your father-in-law. Oh, he likes. And when the father-in-law sit down, he says so many things that comes to affect the daughter. Because you know, when you drink, you say so many things. Don't be common in their presence. Don't be common in their presence. No. Even me till today, I feel so shy to eat in my in-laws' house. Till today, oh. I don't know. My own is bad. I feel so shy. There's a particular okra stew that when my mother-in-law does for me, yeah, the thing it they go well. The guy okra stew, my wife cannot do it that way. She's learning, but it's not hitting. And anyhow it's done. When I come, I put my hands. I say, "This one is coming from. Yeah, this is coming from mommy. Yeah, you know the game." So when she comes to the house like this, I'm happy. But when I go to their place, they do the same okra stew. I'm afraid to eat and put oil in my shirt. I'll tell you a funny story. So I like cook very well. And there was an advert that came in Ghana. Brr, you know the brr. It became one of the Coca-Cola adverts. I love cook crazily. So I remember I went to the house with the kids. We went to visit grandma. The kids want to see grandma. So we went up to church and I've closed from church. And my wife asked her, what will I take? And I said, I like cook. And went to the mother. And the mother said, cook. When they brought the cook like this, I opened it. When I opened it, it didn't do shh. And I did this. This is my face. So mother-in-law was watching me and asked the daughter, why? Your husband was wrong. And I said, there's no brr in it. I said, there's no brr in it. He said, what is brr? Hey, my God, there's no feel in it. Oh, this thing. There's no brr in the cook. So anytime I go to their house today and they are going to send me cook, he will ask my wife, check if there's brr in it before I'm going to give it to your husband. All right. So we've done justice to the topic today. Dissolution of traditional marriages in Ghana is what we learned today. And I believe that we've all learned something. You can be very happy after divorce if you go through the right process. The beginning is tough, but can you gain your peace of mind after divorce? I believe yes. The process is important. Seek for help during and after divorce. And by so doing, you can have your peace of mind. Most of you to believe that what you are going through in marriages, once you divorce, you have a peace of mind. Maybe yes, maybe not. Because when you compare death to divorce is more painful than death. When you divorce people, especially when you have children with them, you constantly keep seeing them. You constantly keep hearing them. But when people die, you don't see them again, except you go to their tombstone to go and visit their tombstone. So divorce is not that palatable. That is why you have to carefully design your mind before you go into marriage. And when people tell you this marriage will collapse, don't just insult them. Check. I know most people were told, I don't trust this man. They didn't listen. I know most people were told, I don't trust this woman. They didn't listen. Today, they are facing the pada. If you're watching me and you're not married yet, make sure you follow the protocol. If you're watching me and you are planning to marry, make sure you follow the process. Seek for help. I keep saying this thing every day. Seek for help. And me, my own is sweet because I have always come in to give you my contact. You can call me direct. On TikTok, the numbers are there. You can call me right now on 862 571 3950. Call me on WhatsApp 862 571 3950. I am ready to take you through the process. It is not easy. It's expensive. It's costly. But the same way, you can do something about this life you're doing. Call me on WhatsApp now, and I'll be of help to you. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you, Abna Sugar, for being here. Our gifting time is up. I wanted to make sure that I will do exactly 2 hours. And I'm 2 minutes into my 2 hours. Facebookers, thank you for joining me. Those of you who are my contact on Facebook, 862-571-3950. And those of you who are here, we are able to hit our 50K today. We've done 25. Maybe we'll do 30 before I close. I'll be very excited. Hit the like button wherever you are. Let's do 30. You've done so well today. You did 70.
Please, there's a question from Gina. She says, so how can all this marriage be corrected because too many errors?
This is why we are doing this to you. Like I told you, honestly speaking, I can't tell you what makes marriage work, but I can tell you what makes marriage break. So I'm teaching all these things so that those of us who have committed the errors, we can correct them through counseling. And those of us who are yet to go, we can correct them before we go. I've treated age. It is not just a number. That age is part of the distraction of marriage. If you marry as a woman and you marry a man that you are older than, the marriage will not stay. If you marry too early, the marriage will not stay. These things I've taught them. I think the majority of the topics, I've treated them on Facebook already, but I brought it back again on TikTok. So Gina, we'll continue teaching. And if the people will hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to the church, we might have freedom and have best marriages. Marriages can never be devoid of no divorce, because cheating and divorce is part of marriage. For that matter, I believe that all of us will find a way to do what we are supposed to do, and it will go down well with us. So Gina, let's do our best, but don't die in a dying relationship. Don't die in a dying relationship. Never do so. And I want to always apologize on behalf of any loose man who doesn't have common sense and he's bold enough to tell you, I don't want you again in this house. Won't you go to your family house? That's bad. That's bad. I don't know what I did, but I think I've done the wrong thing on my Facebook. I just went to do the share button and all viewers went to 0. Wow. That's strange, eh? Maybe the same method here. Okay, we are learning once in a while, you know. So Gina, that's what I'll tell you. Facebookers, thank you very much. And 40 people came down here, 59 people now. I wish we hit 30 likes before I leave, but even so, let's gift ourselves. Esther, mommy, will you talk before we leave?
Okay, let Mommy talk. She's been here for a while.
Yeah, she said we should allow Esther, but Esther didn't talk. So, mommy, will you talk now before we close?
So, Kasa, the question is, it lead through divorce? Because you were saying, so you can give a divorce, but also me, a marriage system. So, it's lead through divorce.
May I say, mommy, Rita, and you may be our desire by a dozen. Mean to be born in our soul. Dear Obia, Obia on fire the giant ban. That same thing you bear my dear. So what really causes divorce might be trivial to A, but will be an important thing to B. But remember, the first thing I know that can cause divorce is wrong entering to marriage. Because majority of the divorce cases, the cause of divorce is always there before the marriage. It's always there before you decide to marry. So that one you should observe. That is why you don't have red flags before marriage. But you see things that tells you, say, by me, my standard, when I marry this man, the marriage will collapse. Why wouldn't you? But this kind of statements, they can't be. Sana mechanic, man. If you pa, so the mommy, if you know if you know embrace is here.
227.
Mushe ni 3 years. Utri nkwa, bokwa there. Why are they? Matisse says, "Why would you? Why are they pa? Oh, why are they?
After the program, I'll call you.
Mate. Ubia sura wa dijaye. Ubia so power there. Ba men sura wa dijaye o. Uja ni yi a.
Ba ka me sura wa dijaye o.
Unsuro. Ade.
No, because any policy or jamia, I don't know what some forces are making on them.
Sir.
Yeah, force will be.
Oh, Medo Suna Bogori Nefia wa him.
I'm talking about Doma baby.
If you are catching say, me inform come and be a grocer. Why? Rita, also unsura wa dijaye.
No.
Ade.
The man did not consider say Kitankwara until Jamiakwa. Why should I force myself and kill myself? Who is going to take care of them? So me, anytime I always say to myself and my husband, say, I will come first, my kids will follow, not him.
Wow. So your husband tells you I want my bread, my best worry with you.
No, on Kabida, it been another, but me and Madrid say, I mean, I know that happens to people and they are dying, and I'm going to jam and I will move soon. And if I know I mean, why you say one so bad, Junior, say, who go, a jow mouth.
Wow.
Because at the end of the day, I know you'll be back. Nipa Croco, Miss Man, one of us home.
Well, I like your mind. Usra wa jaya boy.
Our real will be at there, mommy. Our real there. Marriage is very beautiful. Say who know say the marriage here. But if the person is not willing to be with you, why do you have to go kill yourself?
Kill quite the empowerment. Me.
Oh, that is my point. Say, I'm already. Don't take that fact. I had the power. But don't kill yourself.
Thank you, counselor. Thank you, counselor. Well, until shower here. Mati, Samba, is that the name? Samalia. Mihudimbi sa na mebo. Vic, mami tie we na me pon na abae.
Counselor.
Yeah. Your question here very simple. Say, ube sen ja waye no nya asumge. Ena ma merita se ondi usura wari jaye. Udi usura wari jaye ra.
Oh, me ka me stroke kakra.
Sawa.
Counselor say me do ana me do.
Sa?
Jai. Emu odi yankasa.
Hey.
Now, so the fact remains the same. What it in Yameko?
Okay.
What it in Yameko? Because me, so the way I am, me need me penny.
That's the point. I think you are not go. Don't kill yourself.
I'm not staying there.
Of course.
Okay.
But the fact that Miss Ra, counselor, the makers of Miss Tony say, I don't wish it to come because menya, and can only stay forever.
Of course.
The Ebadia, bra. Me my own fan, mommy and Sam Castle, and my mommy, no. Me lollipop, me and press me taffy, me will be check. You know, I sounds like to me the only way, yes, me a bear, mammy, you have one thing, something, can it, yeah, mother, and no, bye. Hey, counselor, that, oh. Your friends are cheating, dear. Say no, ma.
Cheating, dear, mamma. Do you cheating? No, ma.
Are you sick? Are you out of your mind or something? Yeah. I am out.
What, counselor? What I understand about cheating is that cheating is disrespect.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you respect me, you don't cheat on me.
Oh, okay.
So yes, you can say be or say. That is my policy.
Okay.
And me, if you cheat, it's either me you be and I me jai.
Oh, okay.
Because the person you be till did me.
Now, Miss Rewo, say me cheatina, uko chitibia. Ebe saying na affect me, Miss Rewo.
Oh, I affect you. I said they mention affect me. Because at the end of the day, it's a new idea. And I mentioned the enemy media.
One of main tears, yes, they be also cheatia, ebe how. That's what me I don't understand. How does cheating affect you?
No, because me no, you catch a rabbit. You call out an enemy,
but all the author move on, busy upon show. Now be a wale or author be an throw. Munja Sardinam.
Now, you call, I saw them one. It's only
a venue, but a venue.
Okay, a venue. Now, how about the law? Yes, how we were buying. And
your Bible Mrane say, if you have evidence of cheating, evidence, Mr. Wakowa, until it becomes bigamy, you can go to court and file to divorce. On case kill yourself. So the law permits cheating, but gives you a way out of cheating. But what I say, there is no law that prevents cheating, but there's a law that gives you right to take an action if you have evidence for cheating.
no sir, no, no, was our room. Yen Chibema and all back,
Yeah, China, you have evidence. You are, and you think that I've cheated on you, so you want to back out. The law says fine. Your evidence for cheating.
The law no tia there. Anything a law no tia no. That person need to face the consequences.
No. What's the consequence? Divorce. There. There's nothing like that. There's no law that can jail anybody who has cheated in marriage. No.
I know there's no law, but Tip said the law is against it. He has to get
like a police one got a better job. Like a police one better job. You're careful. You're okay. You're careful. The media for get your picking. I mean, I'm so on your careful. I said, you're okay. Evidence. No evidence.
You go explain to
on a more serious note, one thing is, then your Mrs. Akai, all respect, and you know, do how one find it. Or don't I can, or don't I can. Say, I'm panny at Yamon, Kaka, dear, and the empire to see a young person and the entry champion. But the moment I will be cast a media metra and panache, with a person no one it's now. I'll be on so, will be on to chill, Yapa Uncle and Goose at the Kowari. It is a one to me or Baba Quintana. I damn me, Pessayana, me man of what there was our part in the Honor. Chippy, no sending a can, oh, you're all right. And when I would do home, I didn't know when you knew dear. It is a wood dear, and I'll go to baby, you better be a baby with the Pama from Alpha. So be it. Not say, oh, you will be a better home, say one no me and what I have not saying you. Oh, eh,
but our dear, Unwale, I want to mean cheat you. And our dear, can cheat no. Cheating, Kawale. Unwale, I want to be cheating.
And so do you cheat?
I've not yet cheated because my financial system is not by. Sikane ba me. Na nyame ti ho, nyame so ti ho no ama me sikana. Ne baba na ode ama me awade na bebre. Enti on tena ho.
Ani man so ye bibio.
They make a chat on say munyina munya abotre. Because very much it's not a sign of disrespect. One shall be very much a personal decision to do what he wants to do. Till Bible say John chapter 8. What till Bema Bia indeed you fear be. O de Bema Chiti also o pray honako sure bana. Either so or ye below you and now above you. But the Bible nature said the first time cheating was brought to the notice of Jesus. What did he do? Okacho Obane said, why are you accusers? The only bonida, on the canto born. When you be on to bonibi, when you be on to born, the Kobani said, Oka said, go and sin no more. No, but not the bonny head. Unumobane bonny or hair. When did he?
So, go away, your mind, whenever a man could die.
18 years in the break, Christo.
Yes, I almost see a much in a super.
And the entire any break Christo say a chain. So go and don't be caught. So cheating is part of marriage. Because Christo won't mean barre cheating. The entire any bar and say wait, number. She was caught, and they didn't bring the man in question, but they brought a woman. If they didn't catch her, they won't bring her. Go and sin no more. Where are your accusers? Those who came to catch you, where are they? They are nowhere to be found. Go and sin no more. So go ahead. Don't be caught. So until you are brought, you are faithful. Don't die. If you want to go ahead, but I say, it doesn't affect anybody. Yourself.
Yeah.
You see, if you think that you punish your partner with cheating, it is yourself that you are doing. Vic, nukura woman say, kaja ntini say yapon. Vic, nukura woman say, obeme bi anyone ne bema eni nkunu bema say. In obeme bi anyone na yasi nu yiri ayasi say. Kotie bi aye different. Etwe bi aye different.
Oh yes.
Enti ukodia ma mefilia. Udi nyame koti na udi. Ubedi ama na ya ode. Ubedi ntu ama wanu. But it's a personal decision to be faithful. Your faithfulness doesn't affect the other partner. It's for yourself. Don't die for a man who is cheating. Don't die for a woman who is cheating. Love yourself. And remember, no man is not afraid of disease. So being kofaya liembro is ubi esuyari. Ubi esuyari. And ye koni ekudia. You say baby I koni and fire bi amba ye ho ana. This is not licensed to cheat, but I want to encourage women. Don't die because your spouse is cheating. Keep focus. Be focused. Let me tell you, one of the things that everybody needs to do, get something that will cause you to wake up and go and come every day. That's the most important thing. Look, it's not about the money, but something that will wake you up to go and come every day. You are too precious to be exchanged for any man's life. I'm grateful for you joining me. I said I'll do 2 hours, but I respected some 2 people who came, and I've ran over 15 minutes. Thank you for the gift. Vic, for a gift in the tour. Rita, for a gift in the tour, I'm in Pong. Thank you very much on Facebook. Facebook says through Great Counselor 1. Thank you, Olivia. Hi, it's Botswana. Thank you very much. Adia Pena, wow. Thank you for the gift. Thank you once again, Adia Pena. And then I saw you earlier. I picked you, but I think why you're busy. Me, I share how to go through civil marriage divorce. But traditional marriage, now Bema Peso Kuja, and now Peso Kuja Bema na frame. Ni enchiro kwanye me faso eja. Me who says Bema Bijao. Be sane before you go through divorce. Thank you, Vic. Me who say wa send me gift. Mamereta, I can't give to never him. Where moody card that physically unto I give to the brands and I remember ho. I remember Meji or ornament, my friend Ibram sauce. You think wow, I could have to acquire any D. Mabe mark or anything, sir. But gift and but gift no son of a brand.
Sunday, you're tuning in Diabra.
I'm to do Sunday. Oh, my idea. My idea. Yes, you busy.
That's it.
That's it. But that's it.
Gift to remember.
May try gift to remember as you say, I pass here, but I never. Who do me alone? Oh, Kafra. Oh, be an India. I've not a children go for how to do it. Your class rep would him send a power. Children go for. Oh, I am privileged. Wow. And the class prefect ever chill tea or chill.
And don't call bank details. So and tell bank details and no.
I just said. And the mammy, ya chill. Ubo rose no so, and Ubeko bank details. Who call bank details and no one. And then I chose about life. What we see idea about my class girls prefect in India. I didn't know ni Mogususia. Me our church of the SMA. And the mammy reta. One boss so I'm Mishawa, maybe $500 or whole. And the body and your gift. What the card that I wouldn't ginger honey chips and tea. All right, thank you very much for joining me today. I'm so grateful that I had you, Abna. It's nice. Check on me when we are not live. God bless all of you. Take care of yourself. Remember, ask for daily blessing from God to protect you. Ask God to deliver you from daily temptations. And keep praying for yourself. Pray for your children. No matter how useless your husband has become, no matter how useless your wife has become, never stop praying for them. Because let your 5 senses work on the upper level and be good. Don't die in a dying relationship. If it's not working, seek for help. The number is there. 862-571-3950. 862-571-3950. The numbers are there on your screen. Please don't miss it. If you are on TikTok, the numbers are there. please send it. Call me right now on WhatsApp and we'll solve this problem together. Thank you so very much. I'm grateful you came to join me. Abla, see you at the other side if possible. And thank you very much on Facebook. Thank you for coming on Facebook too as well. It's been lovely. It's been nice. And I'll see all of you once again in the next listening. Please, how much is the chips? Oh, the chips in the US is $15. $15 now. So depending on where you are, we can mail it to you the number you want. Okay. Thank you so much, my dear. Olivia, thank you in Botswana. Do you want to be my supplier in Botswana? Let's see how we can do it and I'll supply it to you. Olivia, call me immediately after the show and let's see how we can bring some to Botswana. I know a friend who wants to take some to Malawi, but for Botswana, I don't know whether it's the same. All right. Thank you for joining me. Facebookers today, 45 people came to join me. Thank you for the sharing. Please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Counselor Lutro TV, and also to forget to follow me right now on my TikTok as well as Counselor Lutro's like page, and also do a request officially, and let me add you to my friends who are 2,000 by 2,000, by 5,000, and I'm belittling them by 2,000. Thank you very much. I love you all. See you. Remember my number is 862 571 3950. It's a WhatsApp call. Good night. Proudly brought to you by Ginger Honey Chips, the chips of the season. Bye.
I hope you can hear the sound of what I'm chewing. It's nothing but it's ginger honey chips. Ginger honey chips. Now in the United States of America. Everywhere you want. 862-215-2007. You can chew it like this. Or better still, put it on your cocoa, rice water, oatmeal. You can put it in your whiskey, your brandy, anything you want to put it on it. It's so nice. So nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. Ginger honey chips, 862-215-2007. 862-215-2007. It's your ginger honey chips. Get one for yourself. $10, free to go. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.